What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. My name is UnrealEntGaming, and welcome back to another episode of this week's Fan Mail of the Week, everybody. The final episode for April of 2015, everybody. Welcome back to another awesome episode here today. So many questions, so many things to talk about, so many things happening, of course. And, I mean, just transparent. I can't wait for E3. So many things have been mentioned about this year's E3 that I cannot possibly wait for. So, pretty much it sets up for this year's holiday season with all the top games coming out, which I personally am looking forward to. And for the life of me, for those of you out there who've been watching thus far, you know that I cannot stop playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Dragon Ball Xenoverse, I will say, guys, is one game aside from Dying Light and a few others that have been consuming my life. Dragon Ball Xenoverse I've been playing for such a long fucking time, trying to get as many wishes as possible, trying to get as many rare items as possible, and it's incredibly hard especially when you're going through the game over and over and over again. But if you guys want to see more of Dragon Ball Xenoverse, don't forget to check out and subscribe to my second channel at UnrealEnt Network, where there you're going to find a whole bunch of stuff that you guys will not find on here. I made a video about that, and there's some pretty awesome stuff, some really awesome discussions, a lot of what-if battles, a lot of WWE 2K showdowns, the Dying Light series with the survival episodes, which has been pretty cool. So yeah, everybody, let's begin with this week's episode. Let me see right quick. What time is it? Right, it's about 4 o'clock. Thank God the weather has been getting better. I mean, at least for me, I can only speak for myself. I mean, we are approaching May, and the Avengers 2 technically is supposed to be dropping this week. I suppose, what is it, May 2nd or whatnot? So, for those of you out there who are going to be watching it, it's just going to be an absolutely amazing movie to go see. Personally, for me, I was supposed to go on ahead and check out Paranormal Activity, but, you know, that movie has been bombarded and, you know, set back for October. So, technically, for me, the movie year has begun with technically Dragon Ball Z Revival of F, and that right there is just a showcase in and of itself. And now we're about to kick it off with the Avengers. So let me know what you guys think is gonna happen. So anyways, everybody, let's begin with our first question of the motherfucking week, which is from my good friend Kenneth Davis.
Hey Alex, it's Ken Davis here, and I'm giving you fan mail. And guess what? I'm talking loud. I guess some people just complain me not talking loud, so here I am. So here's the fan mail. Question number 1. Do you think Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse is gonna top Budokai 3? Let's see. What if Pycon was never killed? He was never killed. What if he was an overhaul version of Namekian, and he meets up with Piccolo, Goku, Gohan, and Krillin during the Frieza saga and met up with those guys there. So since right before Goku became a Super Saiyan and whatnot. So what if Pycon helped Super Saiyan Goku battle Frieza 100%? Question number 3. In Dragon Ball Z Multiverse, I kind of like Multiverse, like how Vegeta became number one fused. What if in Multiverse, if Vegeta became a god in Multiverse and battled Beerus, do you think in Multiverse in Universe 16 where Vegeta was at and his friends are at too, do you think if Vegeta after becomes a god, do you think he might serve a purpose? If you think so, well, why not? So for me, I would say yes. And that's due to how strong Goku and Vegeta has been during the past few years since they killed Kid Buu. So yeah, cause come on, you gotta give it to those two. Question number was it 4 or 5? Okay, let's go with 5. Question number 5. What if Future Trunks never became a Super Saiyan, and only Gohan? And if Future Trunks never became a Super Saiyan, would that mean Mystic Trunks? I know, that's not gonna make any sense to you, but I just want your full options on that, because it could be a debate. If it's not a debate, it can be. Question number 6. If Gogeta was able, if Gogeta became a Super Saiyan 3, would he be able to stand a chance against Beerus? Or do you think he might stand a chance against Whis as a Super Saiyan God? Since Super Saiyan God Goku ranked to 6, it's Vegeta might rank, I don't know, same as Goku by 1.5. Yes, but only he added up. So, do you think the rivalry boost for Goku Vegeta for Vegito could give Gogeta an advantage to keep up with Whis? Yeah, so, and my last question is, instead of Gogeta fighting in Janemba, what if Vegeta fought Janemba in his base form, not no Super Saiyan, and just base form? That's my questions, Alex. Later.
As always, Mr. Kenneth, it is a pleasure having you. Now, to answer your first question, is Xenoverse being better than Budokai 3? Well, for me, I love Xenoverse a lot. I love Xenoverse because it gives me that one feeling that Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi never freaking gave me. You guys remember Ultimate Tenkaichi? You guys remember its fucking stupid character creation mode? Yeah, I hated that with a passion. You want to know why? It's because they limited you so much they weren't able to do what you wanted to do. With Xenoverse, the character creation is just spotless. I absolutely love everything about it, and just because of that one feature alone, it puts Xenoverse ahead of Budokai 3 and ahead of Budokai Tenkaichi 3 by a lot, you know. Xenoverse does offer a lot of unique dynamics, although I would love to see some epic-ass, you know, explosion cutscenes. You remember in Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 when Vegeta would blow himself up, or if, you know, you were unleash an ultimate attack, you would get like a little cutscene of like, you know, the earth blowing up or whatever. Like I would love more of that in Xenoverse. Like for example, if you were to unleash a spirit bomb, like you could actually get to see a cutscene where the spirit bomb drills within the planet and the planet possibly explodes or something, you know. That'd be pretty cool. But Xenoverse right now for me is the top game. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 will always be good because of its unique character roster. But Xenoverse for me has been absolutely amazing. I mean, you guys have seen it yourself, right? Xenoverse for me has been a terrific game. Even on UnrealEnt Network, when I battle people on there and I put it up on there, it's just been a blast. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to say that I've been undefeated in them. What I mean, shit happens, but it's fun. It's so fun, and this is something that, imagine if Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 had the features that Xenoverse had. That right there would be just absolutely amazing. I mean, confronting Demigra, confronting the Time Bandits, you know, having to wish for all the wishes by Shenron. It's a great game, guys. And for me personally, from my personal standpoint, I would have to say the best game for me right now is Dragon Ball Xenoverse, because although, you know, things are relatively different, you're going throughout time, you know, changing things around. It's still different. It's still unique. And for me, it offers a different presentation. It offers a different feel. And for me, Budokai Tenkaichi 3 would always be a game that, you know, I will love to the very end, because obviously people can go on there and they can actually download it and create mods and whatnot. It's been a spectacular game, but for me, Xenoverse is way better than any other Dragon Ball Z game. So, to answer your second question, if Pikkon was never killed, well, I mean, we never really knew why Pikkon died, right? So Pikkon is a beast in and of himself. So what I really want to know is how Pikkon died, because for a fighter like that who's able to keep up with Goku, something epic must have happened that, you know, caused him to die, because there is no way a person like Pikkon would be able to fall relatively easily. Now, having him fight Frieza, I think we all know at this point that Pikkon would be the winner. Pikkon has a very unique form. He has very unique moves. And for me, Pikkon is a character that you cannot mess with, because if you do, you're essentially going to perish. And that's the way Pikkon presented himself. And for me, I always endured and I love the way Pikkon carried himself, because it was sort of like a Mystique-like character. Like you didn't really know too much about him, but the secrets that he had behind him was what made him unique. So if Pikkon was never killed, I do believe he would be one of the strongest characters out there, period. Perhaps maybe a little bit behind Ultimate Gohan, because he was able to keep up with Goku. Now, I've always wanted to see Pikkon versus Vegeta. That would have been so awesome to see as well. But for me, if Pikkon never died, he would have been one of the strongest characters by far. By far, man. To answer your following question, the multiverse theory between Vegito and God Vegeta and whatnot, the multiverse story is really good. It converts all the characters from the alternative universes. You know, what if Broly became the strongest? What if Frieza became the overlord of everything? You know, and he had eternal life. Vegito did have a relatively unique role, but for me, I hated the fact that Vegito was able to keep up with Broly, because Broly, although he was the strongest in his respective universe, there was absolutely no way that someone like Broly could have been able to hang with someone like Vegito, who not only has a rivalry boost, but I mean, his power essentially was a Super Saiyan 3. That right there just emits so much power, and for me, it was just like, oh shit. That pretty much killed the multiverse theory for me, because seeing Vegito at a Super Saiyan 3 combat Broly was just like, this is so not fair, because Vegito would eat Broly's asshole up. I mean, there's just no way. So, but in terms of Vegeta becoming the god and fighting Beerus in a different aspect, in a different universe, who knows? I mean, I would have loved to see Beerus and Whis and Demigra and all these characters be implemented and having to be told from a different realm. What if Beerus was, able to fuse with Whis in one universe? Or what if, Demigra emerged and he was the strongest in his universe? Like, stuff like that would have been really cool to see. So, multiverse was always awesome for me. I've always enjoyed it. But Vegito versus Broly was sort of unfair, because Vegito is that strong that I believe that he shouldn't have never have paired up with Broly, because he would tear Broly apart. There's no logical explanation for that. I mean, his power alone speaks for itself. So, to answer your next question, Trunks becoming a Super Saiyan and Gohan becoming a Super Saiyan, but now you're saying, what if Trunks never became a Super Saiyan? Well, if Trunks never became a Super Saiyan, there is absolutely no way that I feel as if Trunks would have been able to match up against, the androids and stuff from before. Trunks would have been a useful character, but he also would have been useless, because although, yeah, you're saying, oh, what about the whole mystique of him being a mystique type character? What if he was ultimate and stuff like that? It's completely different. I mean, Gohan had to sit there while the Elder Kai unlocked his powers. Trunks never sat there and had anybody unlock his powers for him. So, I think it would have. I don't think it would have been as good, because Trunks became a Super Saiyan by watching his master die, by watching his friend die, by watching a horrible act happen before him. I mean, poor Gohan, one arm Super Saiyan trying to fight off two androids, and he fell and he died. And Trunks knew that, and Trunks used and gathered all of his energy and pretty much, unleashed his true inner strength by seeing for himself how brutal it was like to watch, someone die like that. So, if Trunks never became a Super Saiyan, the whole aura and mystique around, Trunks and having him push the other Z fighters would have been gone. So, to answer your next question, Gogeta as a Super Saiyan 3 combating Beerus. Now, this is a very weird question, because although we all would love to see Gogeta become a Super Saiyan 3. We all would love to see these other characters have a moment of glory. But if Gogeta became a Super Saiyan 3, I don't even think a Super Saiyan 3 would be able to combat Beerus like that. I do believe Gogeta as a Super Saiyan 3 would be able to give Beerus sort of a decent fight. I think Gogeta would last probably about 5 minutes, and that would be it. But Beerus would tear Gogeta apart. Like, you guys don't understand the power behind Beerus. Did you guys see Revival of F? Did you guys catch any clips? Did you guys see anything about Revival of F? Man, let me tell you something. I mean, that movie just emits power. And if Gogeta was implemented in Revival of F, I don't even think in that movie he would have been able to stand a chance against anybody. Because although Gogeta Super Saiyan 3 would be such a unique character, and his power would be immense, not even he could be able to battle Beerus. Now, if Gogeta was a god and he had unlimited time, I could see him battling Beerus and possibly winning, yes. But winning against Whis? No. I don't think Gogeta would be able to win against Whis. I don't think anybody would be able to win against Whis. Whis is just that mystique, and his aura and his power is just very, very ominous, like Whis is that good. So, although you mentioned Vegito's rivalry boost, yeah, Vegito would stand a much better chance than Gogeta in a Super Saiyan 3 form and a Super Saiyan God form, because Vegito does have a rival boost and his power is multiplied rather than added on. So yeah, he would stand a much better chance. But then again, how much of a chance would he be able to stand up against these guys, especially in his Super Saiyan 3 power or Super Saiyan God power? So I don't know. I mean, it's all a mystery right now. I mean, it could go either way, to be honest. And to answer your final question, Vegito in his base form would wreck Janemba. No question about it. Vegito would make sure that, Janemba swallows his own sword. Like that's how beast Vegito would be in that film. So anyways, Mr. Kenneth Davis, thank you for the questions, my friend, and I hope you have a very, very awesome weekend, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from a legendary Saiyan, and his name is...
Yo, Mamacita! I am back once again, Alex, to give you more questions. 3 more questions off the bat. Let's see if you can handle these questions, Alex. I bet you could, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, my first question is, I've been watching South Packs recently, and YouTuber panels. I love watching them all the time. And my question is to you. Would you ever do a panel someday? And who would you bring? Was it me? Yeah, you definitely would bring me, don't you? Right? Oh, damn it, you wouldn't. I'm just kidding. It doesn't matter if you don't pick me or not. But who would you bring? I would love to know who you would bring to your panel. And my second question, I don't know if you heard recently, but Ryan Reynolds spoke about that leaked clip of Deadpool recently, since they were talking about the new Deadpool movie that is officially announced and in the makings right now. Now, the clip from back in the day was actually the real movie. If nobody knew that, it was actually a real clip from the movie, but unfortunately they garbaged that clip. And my question to you, Alex, is if they ever continued that clip that we saw, would you think it turned out as a good movie or not? That is my question. And my final third question to you, Alex, if you ever went to a convention or you were at a panel and you saw your favorite YouTuber or you met him in person, how would you react and what would you say to them right off the bat? What would be the first thing you say? So anyways, Alex, that is my questions for you, sir. Let's hope you can answer them very awesomely, which you do anyways. So, anyways, that's it, Alex. See you later, Alex, in the next fan mail.
This guy is so fucking awesome. I swear to God. Jason is a very good friend of mine, guys. We actually did Mind Wars 7 together, in case you guys missed that. It was myself versus Action Saiyan Gamers. So, really awesome kid, I will say. Very hilarious. Very hyper. Don't you guys think sometimes, like, Jason is a lot hyperactive than I am? He comes on here, he's like, Mamacita, it's the end of the world, the apocalypse is coming, and there was a giant water bottle in the sky, and it came hurtling down, and it unleashed a bunch of fucking cats. It's just like, what the hell? Like, Jason reminds me of the Ultimate Warrior, just hands down. But thank you for the questions, man. It really means a lot. Now, to answer your first question, would I be able to do a YouTube panel? Okay, here's the thing. I would, and I will, but I feel as if it is not necessary right now. YouTube panels are meant for people that are larger than life, I suppose, because I feel like I'm definitely not on that level yet. But I wouldn't mind having a panel, because that's essentially what my fan mail is. It's just questions and answers, and I'll be so down to do that. To open up a panel and just talk to you guys. Like I don't care if it's about whatever, as long as I get to see you guys and speak to you guys. I don't mind it at all. Now, South PAX, however, is a very expensive event to go to, and I have no money. But it is what it is, like maybe one day in the future, because we can't really tell nor understand what's going to happen later on down in life. But yes, I would be able to, and I would love to do a YouTube panel and just go out and just talk to you guys and just answer questions and interact with you guys, take pictures, play some games, whatever. I don't care. I'm a very friendly person. Like I don't emit anything bad. So for me, like I would definitely do a YouTube panel. To answer your second question, the thoughts on the Deadpool movie. Well, let me just get some water here, because this is going to be worth talking about. Jesus Christ. I've never understood how good cold water is until now. This is some fucking good ass water. Holy shit. Now, Deadpool. Deadpool was supposed to fucking come out a long time ago. I mean, don't you think? Yeah, the old school movie with, I believe it was Ryan Reynolds, already came out, yada, yada, yada. But people did not like that film as much as they wanted it to. And what I mean by that is they wanted more out of Deadpool. Now, with the clip coming out, yeah, they are focusing and making the Deadpool movie. I think it's supposed to come out in 2016. And I cannot wait because Deadpool is a very, very awesome character. So I actually, there was a death match between Deadpool and Deadshot, and no, not Deadshot, Deathstroke, excuse me. It was Deadpool versus Deathstroke, and a lot of people often said that it would come down to probably Deathstroke beating Deadpool because of his accuracy, because of his precision. And yeah, Deadpool is extremely awesome as well. I believe the opposite. I believe Deadpool would destroy Deathstroke, but what the hell's wrong with my water bottle today? But yeah, my thoughts on the Deadpool movie is the fact that in 2016, that may be one of the best Marvel movies, period. Deadpool has a very sarcastic side to him. He's very, very open and he's very, very wacky, but he's very good at what he does. So what I ultimately would love to see is Deadpool be a part of the Avengers, even though it probably never happened. Having him being shown in the Avengers 3 would be a wish come true because obviously they're planning on having Spider-Man. Rumors are that Wolverine might be there, might be there, hence, might, not if or is, but might. And if Wolverine is, then that'll be awesome as well. But imagine if Deadpool came face to face with Thanos. I mean, whew. You see Deadpool whip out his sword. He's like, man, I'm about to take this fucking Titan down. Nope, doesn't work. He gets beat down. But, I mean, nevertheless, it would be still pretty cool to see that. So, my thoughts on the Deadpool movie is I have high hopes. I have high expectations. And when it happens, I am going to be up in that bitch just with popcorn ready because I love Deadpool. I really want to see where they're going to go with that. So, and to answer your final question, how would I react if I met my favorite YouTuber? All right, well, I have several different YouTubers that I truly enjoy, and one thing you guys have to note, especially for us, the YouTube creators, is the fact that we all offer something different. My channel is completely different than PewDiePie's. PewDiePie's channel is completely different than Syndicate's channel. Syndicate's channel is completely different than BF versus GF, you know. Everybody has a different channel, everybody has, you know, different content, and everybody has a different personality. Just like, you know, for example, El Presador is much different than Wings of Redemption, and I know how many people would feel about that. But for me, some of my favorite YouTubers are definitely PewDiePie, Smosh are definitely my favorites as well. How would I react if I met PewDiePie? Well, the first thing I would do is I would shake his hand, be like, yo, man, you're awesome, because he really is. I find him to be hilarious. He's a different cat. And a lot of people tend to hate the guy for whatever reason. I mean, I don't see why, you know, he's so bad or negatively looked upon. But I think he's a very, very entertaining man, and I think he's very funny, and he would be a person that I would love to take a picture with, and just at least have one video to do with, and that's it. So PewDiePie. Another YouTuber I guess you could say would be BF versus GF, because I would love to hang out with Jesse, hit the gym with him, vlog and whatnot. So that'd be pretty cool in and of itself. Smosh, definitely trying to meet the whole group, the gang, see how they do things and whatnot. You know, just see how they operate, and just, you know, have to do a video with them, just hang out, whatever. Another YouTuber would be FPS Russia with all his fucking amazing ass guns. FPS Russia, if you guys remember, this kid had like a bajillion different assault weapons, tanks. This kid had military weapons, man. And I would love to meet him and hang out with him and just get an opportunity to use those weapons and just shoot him off in the woods and stuff like that. Like, that'd be pretty cool, because the kid made, you know, hundreds of videos of him just blowing shit up, and it's just really cool, you know. And who doesn't want to blow shit up? I mean, that right there is just, you know, every person's little mini dream in a sense, you know, get inside of a tank and blow something up like that. That's awesome. So, aside from those two off the top of my head, that would be it for now. Definitely would love to meet Rhyme Style. Definitely would love to meet Syndicate. Syndicate's another person that I think has a huge impact in the Minecraft community, and Syndicate for me is just definitely a guy that I would say that I would love to meet and hang out with and stuff. So aside from that, those would probably be it for now. I mean, at least that I can think of. So anyways, Mr. Jason, thank you for the questions, man, and I hope you have a very relaxing day, my friend. Something that I wish I was doing and relaxing. And I have so much to do today. Jesus Christ. And by the way, I really hope you guys have been enjoying the vlogs, the Dragon Ball Xenoverse episodes, Mortal Kombat, everything. I really hope you guys have been enjoying that thus far. So, moving on to the next question, which is from Danny. Alex, just before you read this and think I'm bashing you, I am not. I am a fan. Okay. I mean, I don't mind if somebody bashes me either. Listen, everybody has an opinion. I'm not, the most perfect person. I don't know everything. I just want to put that out there. So, yes, I understand where you're coming from. Here we go. So you say you're a Christian. So am I. And I know that DBZ is bad. Unfortunately, I am a fan. And the reason I like your channel. Okay. But if you're a Christian like I am, why don't you find DBZ to be bad? Well, I never said it wasn't, now did I? I know maybe you can overlook this, but back in the DBZ series, when Gohan was driving the car with Videl, on the side it says 666. To my understanding, that is the mark of the devil. If DBZ isn't bad, why have it on? Also, I try hard not to watch DBZ, but it's just so damn hard. I am just interested in your opinion on this because my whole family is real deep Christians, and they told me that DBZ is bad. So how do you feel about that? I hope I'm here and you can hear my opinion and comment in the section below. Okay, I am curious and hope you become a WWE wrestler and keep following your dreams. I have dreams too and hope to reach them. Well, I do hope you reach them as well. Now, listen to me very carefully. To answer your question, yes, for those of you out there who don't know, I am a Christian. I believe in Christ and I believe in God, and I believe in many things in terms of like the Bible and what's wrong and right and whatnot, faith and religion-based stuff. Now, I never once said Dragon Ball Z wasn't bad, because it is. It does have its New World Order, Illuminati, Jesuit things a part of it, just like every other TV show. And yes, the good things about Dragon Ball Z is the fact that you get to learn from these characters. I've told you guys many times that I can learn from characters like Goku, like Vegeta, because those two characters train their hardest. They try to become great, and Goku doesn't fight to kill. Like, how is Dragon Ball Z bad when the main character never fights to kill? He fights evil to defeat evil and ultimately allow evil to become good. Yes, Dragon Ball Z does have some satanic signs upon it. Hercule, aka Mr. Satan. I mean, that right there, it says a lot. The whole 666 thing, the implications of New World Order agendas and stuff like that. Yes, I do understand exactly where you're coming from. But does that necessarily, mean that Dragon Ball Z is evil? No, because there are so many TV shows, so many movies coming out, so many games that have 666 Illuminati, New World Order stuff, Jesuits, Bilderberg stuff. There are so many things that are happening right now, and you know what? That's not our fault. That is the fault of the higher-ups, the people that are controlling media, the people that run the companies and stuff like that. If they want to throw in some signs and symbols, I mean, yeah, sure, they'll do it, and we can't say or do anything about it. Does that necessarily make the product evil? No. So for me, Dragon Ball Z, I don't think it's as bad as you or your family thinks it is. Because explain to me what's so horrible about a bunch of good guys who try and overcome evil. Hence, there was an evil guy who became good, and his name was Vegeta. You know that. Yeah, the entire show sometimes could be chock full with, signs and symbols of, satanic stuff. The part when, it was the Cell Saga, the Cell Tournament, and the entire world was cheering, Mr. Satan, Mr. Yeah, I get that. It's very ironic. And I understand how you feel about the situation, but to me, there are far other things. There are far worse things out there aside from Dragon Ball Z that have signs and depictions of, evil stuff. But that's just the world that we live in, man. You have to understand that if you really know what's going on with the New World Order and everything that they're planning, more and more of these things are going to keep happening no matter what. And it's very sad to say we live in a society today where things like this are thrown around like nothing. I understand that your family are really devoted, and God bless your family for that. But ultimately, this is a TV show. This should not have any negative effect on your life at all. At all. Did Dragon Ball Z ever have a negative effect on me? Hell no. I learned a lot from Dragon Ball Z. I learned a lot from the characters. I learned a lot from the story. I learned a lot from, character development and how, things came to be. Like, for example, Vegeta always wanted to train to be better than Goku, and he would always do anything he could to, be better than him. Whereas opposed to Goku, he would just train to push himself beyond his own limits. How many times were you at the gym and you looked at a really big buff guy and you were like, wow, I have to be better than him. I have to be just as strong as he is. And you start doing things out of the ordinary and you begin to fail, but you still try anyway. I mean, that's the Vegeta connection. You try to be better than someone. Whereas opposed to when you go to the gym, you look in the mirror and you're like, I want to be better than what I was yesterday. So, big distinction there. But Dragon Ball Z is not bad. Dragon Ball Z is not bad whatsoever. And I say that with confidence because Dragon Ball Z never influenced anybody to do anything evil. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, if people have other opinions, that's completely fine. But for me, Dragon Ball Z, it's never a bad thing, to be honest, man. So, but anyways, Mr. Danny, thank you for the questions, my friend, and I hope you have a very blessed and awesome weekend. And once again, everybody, thank you all for watching this episode of Fan Mail of the Week. If you guys are fans, don't forget to subscribe. Leave your thoughts and your questions in the comment section below, guys, if you have any questions. Just like Action Saiyan Gamer and Mr. Kenneth Davis did, please try your best to submit me a video Fan Mail of the Week. That would be very awesome. I will say that video fan mails get in fan mails quicker than actual, text forms and whatnot. So if you guys want to make a video, upload it to YouTube, upload it to Facebook, and send it to me, and I'll make sure to post it up. Anyways, everybody, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my second channel at UnrealEnt Network. Stay tuned for more, everybody, and I really hope you guys have an awesome day. I'm about to drink more water because I'm tired. I don't know why I'm about to play some Xenoverse. Anyways, guys, take it easy, and I'll be seeing you all later. Take it easy, everybody.